encourage yourself in Christ. And Paul and Silas, Paul had got in trouble for preaching the gospel in the Roman territory and baptizing folks. He do a lot of stuff to upset Caesar. And the Jews were trying to set him up and get him in trouble. So once they finally made a case against him, saying that he was trying to overthrow Rome with what he was doing, which he never was.
Right.
But then they wanted to try him as a Jew, and then he told them, well, I'm a Roman citizen. And being a Roman citizen, Jews couldn't try a Roman citizen.
Right.
So he demanded to stand before Caesar.
That's right. That's right.
And so they told him, well, Caesar you want, and Caesar you will go.
That's right.
So they went through the expense in getting guards and the ship and all this other stuff to get him as a citizen to stand before Caesar. So as Paul is taking his journey, that's what Acts 27 is all about. Some of the things he went through. He said when it was decided I would sail for Italy, Paul and some other prisoners were handed over to a centurion named Julius, who belonged to the imperial regiment. See, sometimes your path may be decided by other people's choices and actions.
That's true.
You really have no saying in the matter of what's going on. And this was the path that the Lord had chose for Paul. And those of you know that have had a call on your life, or Paul is putting something on God has put something on your life and you can't really get out of it.
Amen.
Some of you may run for years, some of you may not, you may be late in life when you finally realize what God been trying to tell you all your life.
All right.
And God will allow you to have all the things you desire. He'll allow you time to do what you want to do.
Amen.
But then sooner or later, He's going to make you come His way.
That's right.
You may preach your first sermon at 80 and die at 81.
That's right.
But He's going to get you the way He wants you to be.
That's right.
If it's truly His desire. We cannot control when God is really after us.
That's right.
And so His circumstances really were because of the call on His life. His circumstances because of His bold witness for His faith. His circumstances was because he would not compromise what he believed.
That's right.
And Paul was a uniquely gifted individual because he came from a city that was a world-class city. People from all over the world came to his city, so he was interacting with all kind of races and all kind of people, so he was used to talking to all kind of Gentiles.
Amen.
Then he went to the college and the education, and he had a secular education and a Jewish education. So he had classmates and people he knew on both sides. So that's why I'm saying Paul was so uniquely turned out for this position by God. He was prepared like Jeremiah from the womb for what he was to do for God. And sometimes you wonder when you're in a certain place, in a certain position, why did God put me here?
Well.
And even myself, I find myself at times, where I get to the point where I get frustrated with people. People will say negative things about you and lie about you from nowhere. And you're like, where did that come from? These are people you ain't even thought about in years. You ain't even, and all of a sudden you hear somebody say something about you and all the Lord will tell you just let that go. Shake the dust off your feet.
Amen.
Don't let this thing stick to you. Don't let this thing get in your spirit. Don't let what other people's problems they're going through attach to you. If they got anger, they got animosity, they got jealousy, they holding grudges against people in the grave, let that go. And it is such a freeing thing when you don't allow anyone to take you out of who you are. As I've told you before, it's the difference between gloves and oil. You can have some white gloves on, and you put them in the oil, the gloves become oil. But if you put the white gloves in the oil, the oil never becomes gloves. They still gonna be gloves. I mean, the oil is gonna be what it was designed to be. It's gonna change the nature of the gloves. The gloves is not gonna change the nature of the oil. And you gotta be like that oil. You gotta keep flowing. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep being who you were created to be. You gotta keep being in your spirit, being what God has called you to be. Don't let nobody take you out of you.
Amen.
If God has told you that He's anointed you, He's called you, and He set you there for such a time as this, don't worry about what other folks say.
Amen.
And then you look at, he said we boarded the ship at Adramyttium, which is I shall abide in death, and about to sail to the ports along the coast of the province of Asia. And we put out to sea at Articus, which means the best ruler. And we went to Macedonia, and Thessalonica was with us. And the next day we landed at Sidon, and Julius, in kindness to Paul, allowed him to go to his friends so they might provide for his needs. From there we put out to sea again and passed on the lee of Cyprus because the winds were against us. So the wind started picking up. It since the wind started picking up, then they had to sail a little closer to the shoreline. So you could be out in the open sea. One thing I've noticed, like when a storm is coming on Florida, we have a lot of Coast Guard and military bases in Mississippi and Gulfport down that way. And they will tell the ships to go out 40, 50 miles away from the coast, because storms are getting ready to get hit. So this is kind of like the opposite. The storms were coming and they didn't have radar. They didn't know all that. They didn't know where the storm was starting. They didn't know 50 miles away there would not be a storm. So they sticking close in case we do crash, we can all float back or whatever, you know, we got a better chance. And then they're trying to get away. You know, when you're in a situation when you're trying to outrun a storm, you see these clouds coming and you see the rain coming, you think maybe the next block or the next mile I'll be out of it. You know, as a professional truck driver, I would see people pulling over all over the road. And they don't realize how many people can't see you.
Amen.
You are better to keep rolling even if it's slow, but don't stop moving. Because when you pull over to the side, you know, you're just becoming a target. And it's funny, with a truck, you can see clearly still at full speed. Because the windshield is made different and the vision is different and everything. So I can still run full speed in a bad storm and make it. The only thing in my way is the car. If it weren't for the cars, I could rope. You know, and like I said, you always gonna win unless it's a bridge or another truck. Whatever you hit that's on four wheels, you're gonna get the ticket. And they're gonna get the more. Wow. This is just a little inside information. So he allowed him to put in the sea so his friends could take care of him. When you're in ministry, God sends people to provide for your needs. Some quietly, just when you need it the most. As I was thinking back over my 20 years, I remember Wanda Bowling and Mother Coleman. They used to give me these little handshakes. It might be $2 or $3, $50, $40, you know, different times, different price. It never was great amounts. But and Wanda would like cover your hands, like, you know, looking around and see. And Mother Coleman would come here, let me tell you something, lean over. And I get close to Mother Coleman and she fold up a little something. You take that, baby. You know, like your grandmother used to do you when you look. Yeah, baby, you take that. You know. But these were people that encourage you, people that, you know, it wasn't the amount, it was the encouragement. It was that somebody felt rewarded by your ministry. Somebody felt rewarded by what you were doing in their life. And somebody wanted to bless you because you blessed them. And those are the things that encourage you when you're in ministry, you know? And so, as I went on through the ministry, and God has encouraged me in so many places, when people you know that can't afford to bless you, but they do bless you. People make a sacrifice. Or people say that we want to bless you for the labor you've done. Or we want to bless you for the influence you've had. You prayed with our children. You prayed with our marriage. You baptized our children. You helped bury our loved ones. You know, there's a lot of things in the church that happens. You come visit us in the hospital or whatever. You know, these are things that build over the years. You know, and it just builds the ministry. And that's what makes you a solid part of the ministry. It said when they sailed across the open sea of the coast of Sicily and Pamphylia, Pamphylia, the city means of every tribe. It was a port city like New York. And people came from everywhere. And we landed in Myra and Lycia. And the centurion found an Alexandrian ship sailing for Italy and put us on board. Now see, Julius is steady trying to make this passage. He didn't have his flights booked all the way through. You know, he didn't have a travel agent. Julius had to take and find ships that were going that way as they were going, but Julius was about his duty. Julius knew that he was charged over getting Paul to Rome by any means necessary. And Julius knew that if he failed to get Paul to Rome, then Julius would have to serve Paul's term that he was facing. So that makes you a serious guard. Because if they get away, then you become the prisoner. So Julius, but that shows you also the faith he had in Paul, because he was able to release him to go hang out with your friends. Because you've shown me you such a man of character, because he was arrested for 2 or 3 years before they sent him to Rome. So, but so many people came and visited you, you never tried to escape. You was witnessing to folk. You was about your gospel. You was about the business. So you go and let your friends refresh you. And you know what Paul went and preached? Paul went and told people about God. He wasn't just out, you know, what y'all got and all that, and what's for dinner, you know. Paul went out and spread the gospel. He was checking on the saints that he had talked to before. He was seeing, have you heard about Christ? Have you heard what's going on? Have you heard how the saints are being glorified? Have you heard how the saints are persevering under persecution? Have you heard what we've been going through? Have you been on your job? so many people within the faith get comfortable. As I look at all this turmoil, all this craziness on the news, it's a tumultuous time. It's turmoily. But I believe that alone. But anyway, these tumultuous times we live in, amen. And I'm watching these news reports, and I'm watching the hate groups on both sides. The president was right. There's hate on left and right. There's some groups that come just to cause a disturbance. They were at Black Lives Matter. They were at in St. Louis with the boy that was killed. They were down in Ferguson. They've been all over. They dress in all black, and they come and they try to start riots. They try to start a fight. That's their purpose. They fought in New York in the stock exchange. They've been doing this for a while. So he was right on that point. There was hate on both sides. But he was wrong on the point that there were more people there to do right than to do wrong. There were agitators that come just to start a fight. And I was watching one white supremacist that he was crying because he thought he would have to go to jail. If you see the YouTube clip, this man is break down crying. What do they want me for? What do they want me? You know, he's just crying. You the one out there hollering how bad you are and everything. And now you facing the sheriff that come by where you want to talk, and he's going, I'm not leaving home. You know, come on. You know, you bold when you're in a group. Yeah, there's a lot of bold people when they got backup. But when you turn around and you see, you know, how come my brothers and them used to teach me, you know, the one talking the most, you hit him the hardest. And once he dropped, the rest of them around. So if 4 or 5 people jumping on you, you get the loudmouth one, you drop him first, and the rest of them gonna think about it. You don't silence the discussion. And usually the one talking the most is the baddest of their little group. So once you drop bad mouth, the rest of them gonna run. And you just like, next, you know. So, and I've been watching this, and I've been watching the craziness. But the one thing that encouraged me is I've seen Christians from all colors and all races coming together and locking arms and saying, we're not going to let this happen. We're not going to let Satan win. We're not going to let this divide us as a nation. We fought those battles. We fought those battles 50-something years ago. We're not backing up. We're not turning around and going back to, we're not going back to lunch counters. We're not going back to Jim Crow. All of them days are over. But the thing about it, see, a lot of people don't understand the civil rights movement. Because when the civil rights movement started, it was just black people getting killed. There was no national crime. But when these white priests and these people came from Boston and these college students from Duke and all these other places started coming down south, marching with King, and they were looking to see the little white college students and the white priests being hurt and the nuns being hurt, then Kennedy made a call. He said, this has to stop. So if it had not been for our Jewish and our white people supporting us, we'd still be beaten. So we got to come together as a nation. That's the only way we can survive.
That's right.
Amen.
So don't let these people tell you that, you know, don't get caught up in this Democrat, Republican
That's
stuff.
right.
We Americans.
Amen.
Parties don't, their job is to get more people in their party elected. They can care less about any of them.
That's right.
So that's why I said it's a world-class city. And there, Julius found another ship. See, changing direction doesn't mean you're changing your goals
All right.
or your purpose. Rome was the destination, and ships were the best means. So what are the best means for you to get to where God wants you to go?
All right. Amen.
You may have to change the vessel. We got more options today than we had before, but our goals don't change.
That's right.
We're still trying to get to where God wants us to be. We don't lose focus on what God has called us to do. We have tragedies, we have sadness, we have setbacks, we have financial breakdowns, whatever, health issues, but we still headed for our goal.
Amen.
You gotta have a permanent goal that you're headed for. You gotta have something to get you out of bed every day. You gotta have something to get you excited. You gotta have passion.
Yeah.
If you don't have passion, you're wasting the time you've been given.
That's right.
You really are. You are wasting your life. If you sit around doing the same thing from day to day, year in and year out, and you don't have something that makes you just hit the floor and say, whoa, let's go.
Glory, yes.
If you don't have something to say, man, I'm excited. I can't wait for tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I can't wait for an opportunity. But you got to have plans and goals. You got to have something that ignites your spirit.
Amen.
Amen.
Some people, their whole goal out of life is getting to retirement age. Then what you going to do?
Right.
Sit back and rust and die. So when you sit back and stuff start hardening and other stuff start knotting up and all this other stuff, you know, say your black book is full of more doctors than people you date. I'm telling you. All your speed dial is emergency numbers. You got bracelets so you fall and can't get up and all that. Yeah. I'm just saying, some people sitting there waiting for that day when they can sit on the porch. Sit there and go fishing every day. You sitting on the back every day. You still gonna rush just like the person on the porch. Get out and get active. Do something with your life. Oh man, y'all don't know. Turning 60 turned up the pressure.
Come on, Bishop.
I'm like, man, 60. I was talking to Jamie the other day and he said he ready to turn 30. I said, man, I'm double your age. You know, we got to think about it. He fell out laughing. I thought, oh, but I was your age when you was born. So think about that. So you'll be where I'm at pretty soon. Just keep on living. You want to talk smack about being 30? 30 years ago was funny to me. You know, I'm just saying, keep on living. You gonna catch each other sooner or later. There. He said we made headway for many days and had difficulty arriving off Sardis. When the wind did not allow us to hold our course, we sailed to the lee of Crete, opposite of Solomon. Now you need little escape places from life's tensions. A regrouping spot was their goal. When storms are brewing, look for your shelter place. A lot of people miss that. When you're going through something, you got to go into a quiet place. You know, not everybody has a prayer closet. Now everybody has a, you know, I can get home and get in and all that. Sometimes your prayer place, your quiet place has to be at your desk. Because you just can't leave what you're doing. You may not be able to stay there for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, but you need a calm place. They were looking for a calm place to get out of this storm. When stuff starts brewing, anxiety starts brewing, uncertainty starts brewing, and things start building, and Satan keeps telling you more and more is going to go wrong, more and more you can't make it, you ain't going to do it. And, you know, he gets to list all the things that's going to cause you to fail. That's when you got to look for that quiet place. Psalms 46 is one of my favorite songs. It goes, our God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. That verse right there is just so deep. When I'm in trouble, I want God. You know, family, friends, they're good help. But when I'm going through, I need God. I need somebody with God-like power. You know, I need somebody with power that supersedes any friend that I got. You know, I need God. That's what he said. He's an ever-present help. I ain't got to call him up. People talking about call him up, he's on the line, he's already here. I ain't got to call him up. He's an ever-present help. Let that sink into your spirit. God is an ever-present help. He is always with you. He said, I will never leave or forsake you. That's a promise from God. And if I got the creator and the baddest one in the universe with me, what am I worried about? What am I worried about? So many people worried about death. Death is a promotion for the Christian. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. For me to live is Christ. For me to die is what? Gain. Yeah, but you let somebody come under the machine gun. How many of y'all ready? Amen. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Get me through this. You know, throwing chairs on people, ducking behind people. You know, everybody's full of, I'm ready now. Right. I can serve you better here than I can there. Don't let them take me out. He said, therefore I would not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. These are storms evaporating mountains. There's a river whose streams make glad the city of God, a holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fail. God will help her at the break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. Our nation, it's all around the world is in uproar. We got nuts in Korea. Our president was crazy enough to tell the people in Guam, your tourism going up. North Korea just said they're going to wipe you off the map with an atomic bomb. And Trump told them, you guys are in a good place. Tourism's going to go. Who's trying to get to Guam and get hit by a nuclear missile? I don't think the tourism's going up. And then the people on Guam talking about, we're not worried. Y'all are, he can drive a nuclear weapon by truck almost to Guam. He ain't even got to launch it. You know? And these fools listen to Trump. We did, and the governor of Guam, we thank you, Mr. Trump. We fully support you. You know? Fool, tell him, we want you to put something here to shoot that down. I support you, I'm glad, but when you going to send one of them missile defenses right here in Guam? You know, let him start shooting them towards New Jersey at his golf club in Florida. Because that's the only way you can catch him, that's the only way he's at, you know. He ain't never in the White House. This man done missed more days than I did in 7th grade. Man, I remember I took every other day off just to see if I could do it. Nobody said no. No. That was puppet. The Lord Almighty is with us, and the God of Jacob is our force. Come out and see what the Lord has done. The desolations he has brought on earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among all nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. You got God with you. He said he'll break all wars. All wars. He's shutting all that down. All those people nervous and worried, what he gonna do and what he gonna do. If God says no, that stuff will malfunction. Simple as that. I ain't worried about it. And like I said, absent from the body, present with the Lord. And right now he can only reach Seattle and Alaska. He can't really get to He got to work a little bit longer to get to Chicago. Just saying. See, he said we moved along the coast with difficulty and came to a place called Fair Havens, near the town of Lasea. Now God shows you a fair haven or rest if you look for it with your spirit and not your eyes. God will show you there's a place for you to find rest. God will show you there's a place for you to find comfort. God will show you if you're looking for comfort, if you're looking for peace, God has that peace.
Yes, he does.
And that's what he was telling right here. I got your peace. I hear people all the time, I'm so stressed out, I'm going crazy, I can't make it, Get back in your peace.
Amen.
Get back in your quiet place.
Amen.
Get away from people that frustrate you. I can't deal with this today. You want to argue and fight, buy it. Your phone has a hang-up button. It does. People that sit there and let folks cuss them out on something you paying the bill on, you crazy.
Amen, Bishop.
Texting me with stuff I don't want to hear, delete it. I'm not going to read an insult from you. Why would I pay you to insult me? It's crazy. They won't call me, hang up again. All right, we can do it. You know what? I got a black thing for you. Right. I got a block with your name on it. With your name on it. There you go. But I refuse to let people steal my joy. I refuse to let people steal my peace. I refuse to let you make me act like you. I'm not going to be you. I'm going to be me. In verse 9, much time had been lost and the sailing had already become dangerous because by now it was after the Day of Atonement. So Paul warned them, men, I can see our voyage is going to be disastrous and bring great loss to the ship and cargo and to our own lives also. See, in the spiritual realm, there really is no lost time. You may think you lost time, you may think you didn't accomplish this, but everything in the spirit realm adds up. Amen. Everything in the spirit realm was for God's purpose. Amen. Everything in the spirit realm was for your good. Everything God sent you through. Whether you was drug addicted, whether you went through prostitution, whatever you went through in your life, God had every lesson for you. Amen. The Revelation says every tear you cried has been saved in the bottom. You know, God has saw every sorrow. It says that if he sees every sparrow, he saw you. And your toughest time, your depressed time, your worst time, your lowest moment of your life. When you didn't have a friend, didn't think you'd have a friend, you couldn't call on nobody, wherever you were. In your loneliest moment, God has never left you. When your heart was breaking and your spirit was sagging, God was there. When you felt you couldn't make another step, when you felt you couldn't go any further, God said, I am there. Lean on me. Lean into what I have. Lean into my spirit. I will lift you up. I will bring you through. I will bring you out. Nothing you went through. God never wastes a lesson. Nothing. God is about teaching. He's teaching you by relying on Him.
Amen.
God never fails you. Amen. 2 Corinthians 4:8. We were hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Struck down, but not destroyed. Paul is. You ever thought about being pressed? When something's pressed, there ain't a lot of wiggle room in a press. There ain't room to go over here, go over there. I'm pressed. When God is pressing you, you ain't got room for adjustment. When it's to the point where I'm pressed, adjustment's out the window. When you in that press, changing your mind is not an option. You know, when God has got you in a pressing time, oh God, God is purifying you. He's pressing things that you don't need. See, all that pulp and stuff with the oil, the olive, they don't need the skin and all that. They crushing that olive till they get down to the pure oil. It's got to be crushed till it gets to where God can use it. Sometimes you got to be crushed before God can use it. Sometimes you got to be heartbroken before you change direction. Sometimes your heart has to be aching before you see God is trying to change something.
That's right.
I'm telling you. I'm not trying to discount heartache, but what I'm trying to tell you is when your heart aches, when that heart is empty, that's when it can be filled with the Holy Ghost. That's when it can be filled. When you did all you can, when you just don't think you can take another step, when you're tired of being tired, you're tired of being frustrated, you're tired of being confused, you're tired, I don't want to make another decision. I don't want nobody asking me another question. I don't even want to be in the same room with anybody with any kind of nothing. When you hit that point, you are hard pressed on every side. But God said you're right where I want you. And now let me fill you. Let me blow some spirit in you. He said a quickening of His spirit will fill your spirit. He said it's a mighty rushing wind. It's a whirlwind coming to stir out anything in you that you don't need. Cleanse you, purify you. Purify your thoughts, purify your mind, purify your heart, purify your presence. God is saying now you're ready for that spirit. Let me blow into you. And He said I want to fill you. Oh, when you're feeling low. But the centurion, instead of listening to Paul, said, followed the advice of the pilot and the owner of the ship. Since the harbor was unsuitable to winter in, the majority decided that we should sail on, hoping to reach Phoenix and winter there. This was the harbor in Crete, facing both southwest and northwest, the storm. So I don't know how you're going to decide to sail into a wind that's blowing southwest and northwest to get to a better place. I guess they figured the storm would push you to the other place as it's going the same way you're going. Sometimes your storm feel like it's going the same way you're going. And you're thinking that's something to get your sail going. Oh, no. So they said, we're going to make this. We're going to catch this. And it says, when a gentle south wind began to blow, they saw their opportunity. So they weighed in to anchor and sailed along the shore to Crete. You know, I never could double dutch. Yeah. They be, come on, I'm going to teach you. You know, they be doing, I didn't never have coordination with double dutch. I'd jump in and get all tangled up and all that. They be hitting me all in the head with them broke. You know, and I said, I got it this time. I got it, David. And they go slower. You know, I couldn't do the single dutch. You know, I don't know, man. I couldn't do that, man. I tried it. I got this girl stuff anyway. I ain't supposed to do it. But I had wanted to learn double dutch. And that's like it was with this windstorm, you know. But it looked like, you know, it's slow enough now. They get the rope slow enough. Come on, get in now. You can get in. And that's the way this storm was. It slowed down. Come on now. It's the southwest wind that's gonna blow you to creek, but it's a slow wind. You can jump in. But then it got up to the other wind, I'd have been caught up. People would have me all tied up in knots. So sometimes Satan will always send a gentle push to do wrong. But that's when you get caught up. Satan always sends a gentle little encouragement. You can make it. You can do it. Everybody else is doing it. Nobody else will know. One thing people always forget, when you sin, it's generally somebody else. Very few people sin by themselves. There's always a witness.
Always.
And if there's a witness, there's a chance of being revealed, right? You know? You make somebody mad, or you make somebody, or you go to owe somebody hush money, whatever it takes, right? Unless you a lone ranger, whatever you're doing is always a fair. All these people running around here defacing statues. They forget they live in a time where we have cameras everywhere. They arrested like 6 or 8 people for defacing and pulling that statue down. You know, all of them on camera, they boldly going by. I was watching CNN, they showing them in slow motion. I identified them, I never met them in my life. As slow as that camera broke them down, oh yeah. If I saw them sitting there, that's him right there. You know? These people forget. You live in a day and age where there are no secrets. And with people with cell phones and stuff now, your life is public. And especially these young people that put everything about their life on Facebook. And we came from the old generation. Don't let the left hand move, put your right hand do it. Yeah. Don't put your whole life on Facebook. Don't. If you've got all your life on Facebook, you obviously don't have a life. That's just it. If you living through a social media, or Twitter, or whatever, Snapchat, or whatever you're doing nowadays, I'm sticking with Facebook. I ain't chatting or tweeting. You find one thing and fit you. Was it Shout Life, but the other thing it was before? I was into that one, or whatever, you know, but then when they faded away. MySpace, but the Christian one was Shout Life. Yeah, it didn't last long. Yeah. It was just a shout in the wind.
Northwest wind.
It didn't last long. It's like everybody was wearing that "What Would Jesus Do" stickers. How long did that last? It didn't last but just enough so somebody get paid. The man praying till something happened. All that whole little phase came and went. I remember I was wearing all the little things and I'd be mad and want to snap on somebody, and I remember I got on a God Loves You t-shirt or something. You know, I'll go pick up an order and you want to say something, or you can't go off with it. Jesus all across you. You got to remember, you know, you can't flip nobody off with a Christian thing on the back of your car. But it's my mama's car. So this one's for you. But Satan always send that. Just that little bitty thing that you can make it through. You can get away with it. You know? Just a light little chance. And people don't realize that. And the ship was caught by the storm and could not head into the wind, so we gave way to it and we were driven along. You could allow your storm to have its way for a distance, but only for a distance. Shed your tears, but look up and see He's a great God. He really is a great God. He'll allow you to cry. He'll allow you to see your time. You know, that's one thing I never understood as a child. You know, somebody be beating you and tell you to shut up. You know? Shut up. Well, you quit hitting me, we can resolve this problem. The main problem with this whole situation is you beat like you trying to kill me. Shut up, I'm going to hit you some more. What if you stop hitting me? We can wrap this up right now. Hey, you want some more? What'd I tell you? No, I didn't want the first service. You know, as far as I was concerned, I'm going to beat you because I love you. We ain't got to be friends. You know? No, if this is your love, we don't even have to speak. And they tell me, I'm going to beat you so the Chicago police won't beat you. I'm like, they ain't even caught me. I'll take my chances on the police department. You know, I'm just saying. They get you downtown and beat you with a rubber hose. They got to catch me. I'm pretty swift. I'm saying. Right. I can remember that. I mean, they would beat the daylights out you and tell you to shut up. Shut up, you said that. Stop sniveling. Come on, give me something. Oh. Yeah. Man. Right. Just straighten your face out. Wipe them tears. Oh. Man. He'd be, ooh, if I could turn this around. Let me tell you to stop crying. That's why I say under breath, I wish you was dead. Whole thing start again. You almost got out of there. Says he passed the lee of a small island called Cavia when we were hardly able to make the lifeboat secure. So the men hoisted it aboard. Then he passed ropes under the ship itself to hold it together because they were afraid they would run aground on the sandbar of Cyprus. They lowered the sea anchor and let the ship be driven along. That is one of my favorite parts about this verse. Because when they're in the storm, they tighten the lifeboat on the ship. So that's my plan B. If the big ship go down, we still got a lifeboat left. So let's secure the lifeboat. But then they had a lifeboat, and this ship is still going on crazy. So let's just throw the anchor out. When you've been through so much, just something, get caught on something and hang up. Let this thing stop. Let this thing stop I'm going through. Let this storm stop. I'm just throwing by faith out here that something's going to change. Something's going to happen. Something's going to change my circumstances. So when I cast this anchor out of here, I want stability. I want stability in my life. I want something I can count on. I want something I can rely on. Let this anchor slow this storm down. Let me be calm in the storm. Even though I'm still in the storm. Let me be calm in the storm. That's what the disciples failed to realize when they were in the storm with Jesus sleeping. They weren't sinking. The bottom line is he still had them. They woke him up and said, Master, do you care? And Jesus like, look, are y'all even wet? You're probably like, has anybody been over the side? 1, 2, 3, 13 of us, right? We all good. Sound off. Peter, Paul, whatever. He could have did a haircut. Everybody here, President accounted for. Everybody could have did it. But he was still with them. But they let their doubt make them wake the master up and say, do you care about us? And that's what Satan wants you to do. You want to ask God, do you really care about me? Where's all these great things I heard about? Where's the things that our fathers talked about? Where's the things that the old folks of how God brought them through? Amen. I'm going to tell you, this year has been such a growing experience for me. It's funny because I was talking to my grandson that doesn't pay a lot of attention. And I told him, I ain't been to work in over a year. And he said, no. I said, you never noticed that I haven't been going in and out the door to work in over a year? He said, no. So what do you think I've been doing? I used to work nights. Remember that, right? Yeah. Well, what do you think? I'm here day and night whenever you get back. You never noticed that I'm not working. Because God has provided for me for a whole year. He paid all our bills. He paid our mortgage. He provided for an entire year. He gave me time to get my mind back together, get my spirit back together, get through the dizzy spells and all this other stuff, get good medical care. Through all this time, God has kept you totally. That's a total people. I could have been worried, I could have been nervous, I could have been stressed out, I could have been out here robbing the 7-Eleven. There's things I could have did. But I trusted in the Lord, amen? Because he's a great God. We made our payments and ain't nobody came and took nothing. Paid off stuff that we weren't. God has did some awesome stuff. God is a God of provision. I can tell you, now I don't know what other folks can tell you, but I can tell you, my God is a God of provision. Amen. God said he would not see me suffer. Brother David said, never have I seen the righteous begging, forsaken, and the seed begging bread. That's right. I know the bread's been coming in. I ain't been forsaken. I've been losing weight by choice, but not by necessity. There's a difference when you choose to lose weight and you ain't got no choice. I'm just saying. Man. get hoisted to board, they go through all this, and they just pray. And we took such a violent battering from the storm that the next day they began to throw the cargo overboard. On the third day, they threw the ship's tackle overboard with their own hands. Now, this was a commercial vessel. They was making money by what was in the ship. And then the ship was getting too heavy for what they was making money on. See, you know, when people run off and leave their money, you in a nightclub, somebody starts shooting your wallets on the table, you run off and leave that wallet, don't you? I come back later and say, y'all see my wallet? But I got to get me out the club while the shooting going on. So they was in that kind of situation. It was so tight up in there, that boat. But we can get another job and they can fire us. But the owner was on the boat. So the owner was in agreement. If this is what's causing this boat to be too heavy, whoever paid us to haul this cargo, I'll see them in court. But let me get back to the court so we can argue. So they started tossing all that overboard. All the freight had to go. They got to lighten the ship. Maybe we can make it. Then he said, when neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, the storm continued raging. We finally gave up all hope of being saved. Just when you give up all hope. Man, when you give up all hope, too many days of dark days, too many days of cloudy days. They say in the fall, a lot of people commit suicide on gray days, in the dead days of winter. Because all the trees look naked and bare, and they look out the window, they get despaired. There's no growth, there's no life, there's nothing to look at. Right. That's when most people get depressed. But when you've been in the season so long, and you just give up, that's what we're talking about here. We haven't seen no stars or sun. That means it looked the same every day. Nothing in my situation had changed from day to day. Every day was like the last day. It was depressing, it was despair. There was nothing there for me day after day after day. That's what he said. When we got to that point where we losing hope. And after they had gone a long time without food, Paul stood up before them and said, men, you should have taken my advice not to sail from Crete. Then you would have spared yourself this damage and loss. But I urge you to keep your courage, because not one of you will be lost. Only the ship will be destroyed. Last night, an angel of the God to whom I belong and whom I serve stood beside me. And he said, do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand trial before Caesar. And God has graciously given you the lives of all who sail with you. So keep up your courage, men, for I have faith in God, and that it would happen just as he told me. Nevertheless, we must run aground on some island. Now Paul stands up. Hey, what's wrong with y'all? If you would have listened to me, we could have avoided all this. And that's when you're going through, you don't want nobody telling you. If you'd have listened to me. You ain't telling me nothing I don't know. You know, your first reaction is get out of my business. You know, what? If I'd have listened to you, it could have went wrong anyway. You know, you try to defend your bad choices. But Paul just told me, if you listen to me, this whole thing wouldn't have happened. If we'd have stayed on the island until the winter storms was over, we'd have been all right. But we got caught in this nor'easter because all you fools was anxious to get to a party island. Nobody wanted to sit on a plain island. They wanted to get to the club. See, didn't nobody want to be there. This is just a regular little safe island. And on the 14th night, we were still being driven across the Adriatic Sea when about midnight, the sailors sensed they were approaching land. They took soundings and found that the water was 120 feet deep. A short time later, they took soundings again and found it was 90 feet deep. Fearing they would dash against the rocks, they dropped all 4 anchors from the stern and prayed for daylight. That's when it gets tight. First time they threw 8 anchors to slow us up. Now we're seeing the sand is coming quicker. Each time we throw out a rock with the weight on it, the rope, oh, we close it. Throw it out again, oh, we close it down. This ship is moving towards land now. And it's moving hard and fast. And it's moving towards the sandbar, not actually the shore. So they like, oh man, they getting tight. But then they go just throw all 4 anchors. That's just, whatever happens, happens. We go, Lord, whatever you do, just take me right now where I'm at. Whatever you want to do with my life, whatever you think I should do, whatever you want me to do, Lord, I'm just throwing all the anchors out. And I'm praying for daylight. Get me out of this darkness, get me out of this storm, get me out of where I can't see, give me vision, give me a light, give me something I can rely on. I'm tired of seeing darkness for 14 days. Bring me out of the darkness into the light. Give me vision. Give me guidance. Give me my purpose. Give me my reason. That's what the 4 anchors is about. These 4 anchors was coming all 4 directions. You want me to go north, you want me to go east, you want me to go west, you want me to go south. Whichever way you want this boat to stop, whichever way you want my situation to stop, whichever way you want this storm to end, Lord, I'm casting all my anchors out, and I'm asking you to show me what direction you want me to go in. Show me what direction is for me. Just stop me in one direction and give me a revelation. Give me some light. Give me something I can see. Remove the clouds. Remove the thing that's blocking me.
Amen.
I'm looking at all these fools paying $1,000 to go watch an eclipse. Hotel rooms going up to $1,000 a piece. A long line of people lining up to get in the trailer park to watch an eclipse. I can watch that on Discovery Channel anytime I want. Before I pay you $1,500 worth of gas in a hotel room to watch it, Discovery Channel has the last one. Right there to watch it. These fools throwing eclipse parties. What? Rushing to get glasses. Look at the eclipse. And then they sent up, some of them been recalled. How you know the glasses you got ain't a part of that batch that they recalled? You're going to go blind looking at the eclipse. I digress. But I'm just saying, they were praying for daylight. It said, and then in an attempt to escape from the ship, sailors let the lifeboat down into the sea, pretending they were going to lower some anchors from the bow. Then Paul said to the centurion and the soldiers, unless these men stay with the ship, you cannot be saved. Don't miss that. God is telling you now in your faith, unless you stay with this ship, you cannot be saved. You can jump off and become a Jehovah's Witness and all that, but unless you stay with this ship, you cannot be saved. There's only one true God. There's only one that got up out the grave. There's only one that came back to save you. He's telling you right now, you need to stay with this ship. Don't let folks tell you about all this Afrocentric new stuff they done discovered, and we done lost Egyptian tribe, and we all that stuff, and get your pride back, get in your Islam and all that. Don't fall for all that.
Amen.
Church of God, Church of Christ. There's another one, not the God of Christ, the Church of Christ. They don't believe in music. They don't believe in all this. They don't believe in no form of service. They don't believe in no elders. Everybody just come together and we get together and worship or whatever. I don't know what they do. But, you know, it's crazy. He said when the day is approaching, we come together and we celebrate together. We celebrate God. We celebrate faith.
Amen.
You know, don't let people steer you off with this crazy stuff.
Amen.
Trying to be too intellectual for fairy tales and snakes talking and donkeys talking and all that. I believe every word. You take that literal. Nobody takes the Bible. I take every page. Every page, every dot, every jittle, every part of it. I believe it all. I believe you crazy for questioning it. That's my own opinion. If you don't believe it, then you the one crazy. If you don't stay with this ship, you're going to sink. So the soldiers cut the ropes and held the lifeboat and let it drift away. Woo. That's tight faith there. When you cut the lifeboat, this is a little boat we was going to get away on. A big ship would hit the rocks in there, but a lifeboat, man, we can get up and carry it up to the other side. So we get past the sandbar, get back in that bad boy and pedal some more. You know, so they had a plan. They were going to sneak off and let the rest of y'all drown. You know, somebody got to tell the story, right? So they're going to say what happened. But Paul told them, all y'all going to drown. If you don't stay on this ship, everybody going to drown. And the soldiers showed their faith and they let it drift away. These are unbelieving soldiers. But they believed in what Paul said. They believed in the power that Paul said. When Paul told them to sit down and eat lunch, and he said he prayed over the lunch. You know, come on, we're going to eat. It's been 14 days since y'all ate. Y'all need your shrimp because you got to swim the shore. You let them, that's why we, you know, your stomach all upset and you've been upset for 14 days. You don't know if you're going to live or whatever. And Paul talking about let's have lunch. Come on, man, I can't keep nothing down on my stomach. But Paul said you're going to need your shrimp. Because this task, just like he told Elijah, this task is too great for you. Just sleep and eat. Sleep and eat. Sleep and eat. That man ate that cake for 3 or 4 days, got him ran, what, 80 miles?
Yes, he did.
As an old man.
Yes.
Got him ran 80-something miles. He doesn't have to say it. Got there before his serving everybody else, you know, so I'm just saying. Amen. And before he did that, he ran along with the king harassing him. Come on, you better hurry and get home. There's a storm coming. The king's on the horse, backing his horse. And he running, King didn't have no cheap horse. He had Arabian horses. He had fast horses that they won races. And Elijah done pulled up, girded his loins, and he run along with it. Baby, you better get home. And tell that Jezebel you married to that it's coming to her too. The original Jezebel. And just before dawn, Paul urged him to eat. For the last 14 days, he said, you haven't been in constant suspense and have gone without food and haven't eaten anything. Now I urge you, take some food. You need to survive. Not one of you will lose a single hair on your head. After he said this, he took some bread and gave thanks to God in front of them all. Then he broke it and began to eat. And they were encouraged and ate some food themselves. Altogether, there were 276 of us on board. And when they had eaten as much as they wanted, they lightened the ship, throwing the grain into the sea. Not only did they get full, they don't need to save no more meal. This is the last meal we're going to have on this vessel. This is the last time we're going to have to survive on this trial. This is my last day in this trial. This is my last day going through this. So when God has told me to eat and be encouraged, get my strength together from this trial, because the next trial I go to, I won't need anything left over from that last trial. All that is being burned, all that is being consumed, all of that is in my past. God is telling me don't take none of your trouble from there into your new thing. Don't take anything that disappointed you from those 20 years and bring it into the 21st year. Don't take any of that mess. Anybody that stabbed you in the back, anybody that didn't show, anybody that didn't do what they were supposed to, don't drag the 20 into the 21. If you are from the 20 into the 21, let all that stuff lay over there. We're going in a new direction with a new way, with a new God behind us, and with the same old God going to take us a new way.
Yes, Lord.
I'm telling Steve, we grown now. 21 years.
That's right.
You can make your decisions, you can come and go, you can join the military, you do what you want, you're 21. You're grown, can't nobody tell you nothing. You can sign an apartment lease, you can do all that. Because you're 21. You don't need a co-signer, you're grown.
That's right.
You need some credit, but somebody will try you. There's always somebody that needs somebody. But that's what that whole thing has just got in my spirit.
Amen.
He said, get rid of everything from the past. Don't hold any grudges. Don't hold anybody back. Don't worry about how it didn't even out, or if it wasn't what you expected it to be, or it didn't come to what you thought it would be. Don't you know? I remember when E.D. Hill spoke in East High, and he said when he travels, he goes to smaller churches, whatever, and they can't afford to put him in a hotel room, or they can't afford to pay him what his salary should be. He said deacons told him, Pastor, go on and get the upgrade. You stay in the hotel I want you to stay in. And he said, when you get back, we'll make up the difference.
Amen.
He said, every year they try to buy me a new Lincoln. I like the one I got. He said, but he just said, but the principle was, Pastor, don't let anybody downgrade you from where God had put you at.
Amen.
Don't worry about it. The people can't afford it. We as your congregation will make up the difference. We as your congregation got your back.
Amen.
And then E.B. Hill was just saying, it was just such a good thing. He says he can walk through his neighborhood.
Amen.
And he's been in that neighborhood 40 years or whatever, and he's just saying how the people he knew and how that church grew around and people grew around it. And he was just saying how God kept it.
Amen.
And that's the reason God planted us here.
Amen.
We are one of the most stable businesses here.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
That mechanic shop has changed a couple times. We are here. We are here. The real estate companies, all that stuff changed, ownership and all that stuff. We are here. They changed management people over that building. The guy that cut the deal with us for the parking lot the first time, he ain't there no more. I'm just saying, we have been here and we are here. We are here. God has stabilized us. God has stabilized this corner for us. We are here. We are here. We at a crossroads. We are crossed between two or three roads. You got a direction you can go. But God said, look for the light. Look for the lighthouse. They made other choices, but when they come here, they ought to see the light of God. He said, when daylight came, they did not recognize the land, but they saw a bay and a sandy beach. Where they decided to run the ship aground if they could, cutting loose the anchors. They left them in the sea, and at the same time untied the ropes that held the rudders. Then they hoisted the foresail to the wind and made for the beach. When you cut those anchors,
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
anchors can keep you where you're at.
Yeah.
Some stuff is good, some stuff is secure. But you gotta make that leap of faith.
Yes.
You gotta cut that security.
Amen.
You gotta cut that thing that, well this is, when I left my job in 1997, I had a Teamsters retirement. I only had to do 30 years. I would have had that 30 years in 86. I would have had my 30 years. Good retirement. Teamsters top of the line when you go to retirement. UAW and Teamsters, they equal. They're two of the oldest unions in the country. So good benefits. You go to the doctor. I remember I would go to the doctor, take one of my kids to the doctor. They'd say fill out the paperwork when you come back through. You throw that Teamster card up there. You know how people had to fill out and say where your insurance. You throw that little horse and that little wheel up there. They say you go on. You can fill that out when you come back through. You know, I'm just saying. But when God told me to leave that and start this ministry and walk away from that, and there's been days and moments I'd be like, Lord, was that you or was that me? And I see my friends retiring, people my age retiring, and then Satan wants to tell me, look what you did. Look what you did. Where's the 5,000 members? Where's all this? Where's this, that? And you get to listen to things like that. But God will tell you, you cut anchor. You didn't hold on to that. He promised me this ministry would do what he said it would. Steve repeated this, Bishop Adams, we've been hearing that for 20 years. That God is going to bless this ministry great. That God is going to make this ministry where it's in a position to do great things for people to come in. My desire is to be able to give people cars, be able to help people pay houses off. My desire is to be in a position to be a blessing. To buy groceries for folks, to help folks with their rent. We got to get to that place. Not when we in need, but we are blessed. Not when we got to scrape together, but we have an abundance. And I believe now as we go into this 21st year is the time. Because I was faithful to doing what God called me to do. He told me, he gave me, when he did it with the fields, right? He said the first year I'm going to make the crops come up for you. The second year I'm going to make the crops come up. He said they're planting in the third year. That will be what you planted from the second year. But if you're faithful and trusted me for that year, I just went through a year. A whole year. God planted it. A whole year of harvest. I'm telling you, y'all know all.
Reap the harvest. Reap the harvest.
This was a year that God paid everything. I traveled, I went places, I entered the contest, it was everything. I was saying, y'all don't know what this year's been. God has kept this ministry. God has restored my health. My short-term memory was gone. I couldn't remember things. I couldn't walk from the couch to my steps without it. I'm just telling you what God has brought me through. We couldn't cut the grass at the church. I'm just telling you what God has brought me through in this year. Oh, y'all don't know. He said, go on and get that harvest, and then what you planted, you're going to get the other harvest from it. That's why I don't worry about nothing. Mom say, God got it. I ain't going to worry about the rent. I ain't going to worry about the gas in the tank and all that. God got it. God's got it. And oh, God got it. I've never been through a year like this. If y'all had told me 20 years ago I'd had to go through this year, man, I'd have stayed with Teamsters. I'm going to tell you the truth. I was like, oh no, I got a good union job. Y'all need an assistant pastor? Somebody on the roster? I'm just saying. I can't tell you. But when God brings you through and God brings you through His way, though the storm is all around you. Oh man, what's his name? Douglas, let's sing that song. Though the storm, Douglas Miller. Though the storm clouds are raging all around. Oh, my soul is anchored in you. I know what it is to be anchored.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord. God has been so awesome this year.
Amen.
We celebrate this church anniversary, but I celebrate God.
Amen.
I celebrate God. God God has paid everything. God has done it. God has did everything in this ministry. He may have used our hands, he may have used our bodies, but this is God. God did this. This is God. This is God that did this. Amen. God. Bless his name. You had to cut those ankles. There's times you want to go back, boy. Say to tell you, oh, you still can do 4 or 5 more years over there. They don't want no 60-year-old driving. I remember they used to wouldn't even hire them. They can't discriminate, but they'll tell you, oh, no, we don't have that. No, you get in your 50s, they don't want you to. But say to be telling you that you can sneak in there, you get back in there. No, I'm not going to go back to where I was. I got cleared for my medical clearance a few months ago that I can get my CDL back. She said you approved to go back. I didn't even go take the test. I'm just by faith. I'm not going back down that road. I'm not going to go back to what was secure. I'm not going to go back